What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Just watching this video from ReviewTechUSA about Zelda being canceled. What the actual So I watched this whole video of this guy, and the one thing that there's a couple of things that stand out to me, okay? A couple of things that I have issue with, that I take issue with. One is the fact that he knows people that have bought the Wii U for one game, Zelda Breath of the Wild. Based upon a 4-minute trailer that they saw at E3, makes no sense to me. But that's fine. That's all well and good. If that's where your mindset is, if that's where you want to go, more power to you. At the end of the day, I bought a Wii U based upon all of the great games that I was promised and that delivered. You know, Yoshi's Woolly World, Super Mario 3D World, Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, Hyrule Warriors. There's a boatload of games. Smash, Mario Kart 8, Splatoon. There's so many great games that hit the Wii U that the fact that you are focused on one game and this being a horrible thing for Nintendo because they didn't come through with this one game. By the way, just a rumor. Let's just start that and say, just a rumor. Blows my mind. You're going to sit here and yell at Nintendo, get mad at Nintendo, curse Nintendo out based upon a rumor that is not true, hasn't been proven to be true whatsoever, but you're going to sit there and act like it is. Okay. So then the other thing you want to do is you want to talk about how bad Nintendo is because the things that this is a proven track record for them that they want to act like the Wii U doesn't exist. Don't see that happening. They rode this thing as long as they possibly could. Just wasn't selling, so they decided to move on. Any business does this. When your console is not moving, you need to move on or be stuck where you are, and the company flounders and falls apart. They determined that we pushed this as far as we could. We put out the best games we possibly could on it. Time to move on. But they have a track record of this. Only happened one other time. One other time. Virtual Boy, which made total sense. People are getting headaches, but you've been telling them for years. Don't know where that come from. The DS, long lifespan. The Wii, long lifespan. GameCube, long. N64, long. Super Nintendo, Nintendo. Everyone has a very long lifespan. The GameCube didn't even sell well, and they rode it out to the very end. So I don't know what you're talking about. Straight up. Blows my mind. Whatever. So 14 million people approximately bought the Wii U, and a small handful of them bought it because of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The bulk of them bought it for all the other games. But Nintendo should feel loyal to a handful of people that only bought it for one game, which, by the way, they're going to get the one game. I pre-ordered it already. When it comes out, I'll get a copy of it. Okay, no problem. If Nintendo put out the Devil's Third, a game that nobody wanted, never saw it happen, they still put it out, even though the reviews were killing it and everybody was tearing it apart, still hit the market. But you're here to say that they're not going to put Zelda Breath of the Wild just because of a rumor that you heard, that you read, whatever. There's rumors every day, but not every one of them is true. 10K is saying that we're going to get the Switch at PS4 caliber power. Emily Roberts says we're not. Two rumors. You believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, to sit there and report and get mad at Nintendo and yell at Nintendo based upon a rumor that's not even true, hasn't even been backed, said anything, you're going to tear them apart and chew them out. Dude, you've got this issue with Nintendo, and it's very apparent that all you ever do is tear Nintendo down for things. It's how you get a lot of your views, I guess. You go in and a lot of people do this. They talk bad and they bash Nintendo, hoping that the Nintendo Defense Force shows up and defends them, which apparently they're doing for you. So bravo to you. Good job. But it makes you look like a fool, because at the end of the day, you're mad and you're yelling at them over rumors, fabricated lies but you believe it's true based upon I don't know what. If they cancel this game, there is a small amount of people that get burned, but there's a bunch of people like you that'll bash them for it. But at the end of the day, I don't care if Zelda Breath of the Wild hits the Wii U or not, because Nintendo fans are ready to move on. Nintendo fans are ready to buy Switch. Nintendo fans don't need one game to justify their purchase of the Wii U. I don't need Zelda Breath of the Wild to justify the reason why I bought my Wii U. 2 Wii U's, mind you. 2. Because we love it so much in this household that we bought 2 of them so that my wife and I could play at the same time. We could play Mario Kart on 2 separate TVs and have full screen. We could play Splatoon, 2 separate TVs with all of our friends on the internet. But you need Zelda to justify the purchase of a Wii U for a handful of your friends. One guy that you personally know out of how many? 14 million. So Nintendo looks at it and goes, 13 million people bought a Wii U based upon their love for Nintendo, their love for Nintendo games. 1 million bought it based upon Breath of the Wild, which, by the way, a million people didn't buy it based upon Breath of the Wild. Maybe 20,000 people, tops. But we are going to cancel this because it's not running good. It's a garbage game. The frame rate drops. Everything you're saying about it, you still want them to put it out. Still want them to put it out to appease a handful of people. What sense does that make? So then you can turn around and go, I can't believe Nintendo put this garbage out. I can't believe that Nintendo would even sell a game like this, how bad it is. They're supposed to be known for quality. The Nintendo seal of quality, they're supposed to be amazing. But yet here you are, as always, tearing them apart. Dude, you need to stop. Straight up. If you're going to get mad at Nintendo for things that they're doing wrong, get mad at them for things they're doing wrong. Cramming, forcing motion controls into Star Fox Zero. Give you all props. That's an issue that they shouldn't have done. A lot of people disagree with that, but at the end of the day, yes, that shouldn't have happened. But this makes no sense whatsoever. 1, a rumor that hasn't been verified at all. 2, you're getting mad about it because of one person that you know that's going to get upset. Go to take a survey of all the hundreds of thousands, the millions that have bought a Wii U. Love their Wii U. Wouldn't trade it in for anything. Don't care if they have to pack it away or not. Don't care. Because they love it. They love the games they had. They play it all the time. But you're here to tell us that we're getting burned. No, we're not. Well, what you should be telling us is, I'm sorry for starting stuff that shouldn't be here. I'm starting stuff for fabricated lies. If the game gets canceled, it's getting canceled because it's a garbage game and it's not good. And even then, probably won't get canceled because Devil's Third still made the shelves. It'll probably get canceled because it's not going to sell. That's why. Why did they move it to Switch in the first place? Because they want people to play it. Same reason why they put Mario Maker on the 3DS. Same reason why they're putting Yoshi's Woolly World on the 3DS. They're making games to sell so people can play them. Because they want people to play them. But you missed that. You missed that. You're just so ready to jump on their backs and yell. Because you've told them so many times not to abandon the people when a console isn't selling. They did it one time. One time. I don't get where your history's coming from here. The Game Boy, years. DS, years. 3DS, years. 3DS was floundering and dying, and they stuck with it and stuck with it and stuck with it till it started to sell. They did everything they possibly could to turn it around, and now look at it. Just stop the nonsense. If you're going to rip Nintendo, rip them for valid reasons. I'm all for that. But this, stupidity. Just flat out stupidity. At the end of the day, you're mad about a rumor. There's more important things to be mad about. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, share, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know why you didn't below. I'm sure there'll be a couple of you that aren't happy about it, but it is what it is. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. See me later.
Anyway, so I know for a fact in real life, people have bought the Wii U just for Zelda Breath of the Wild, and now they're not going to get it. Nintendo, you need to, look, I get it. You want to like pretend the Wii U doesn't even exist. You want to forget that it ever even happened, okay? But you have a habit of doing this. You have a goddamn habit of doing this. What people want to know, what consumers want to know, and I've talked about this before, but you don't get it, is that even if a console doesn't sell well, even if a console flounders and fails like the Wii U does, they want to know the corporation behind it will still support them so people feel confident in their purchase. And